everyone, it's Bethany, and what I'm working on is I am just freshening up this little pencil holder that I purchased for my girls at Hobby Lobby a couple years ago, and we have just loved this little holder a little too much. So what we did is I put a fresh coat of paint on it, and I am going to just give it a fresh new look. So I love crafting and giving things a whole new life. So this had little writing all over it and little punctures from our colored pencils all over it. So I'm just going to make it brand new for the next school season because we are ready to go for school, and I thought it just deserved a nice fresh look. So what I did was I just gave it a fresh coat of chalk paint, and then I sanded it down to distress it and also to give it just a nice smooth finish for applying vinyl on. So I'm going to do a really pretty rainbow look on here. I think my girls are going to really love it, and I'm just going to surprise them with it. I think it'll be a really fun little bright space for them to create. So I'm going to share what I'm going to use today. So I'm going to use this little holder here, and if you wanted to do the same idea but you aren't doing it for little ones, this is a really nice piece for a craft space because you can put your weeding tool, your scissors, your little measuring tape in there. You can put all of your tools. You can put paintbrushes in here. So now that I'm thinking of it, maybe I won't give it back to the kids. I'm just kidding. I'll give it back. But this makes for a really nice way to get your craft space all organized, so you could use that as well, and you could put any design that you want on there. So I'm going to be using this as my base. I have a weeding tool, scissors, a measuring tape to measure out my space for my design, a scraper tool, and then I have a variety of vinyl that we're going to use. I also need to grab my Cricut Joy mat because we are going to put full-size material through the Joy, and I think this is going to turn out beautiful. So let's go ahead and measure our space so we know how much room we have to work with. So our height is about 3.5, and our width here is about, let's say 14.5. So 3.5 by 14.5. So let's go ahead and hop into Design Space and get creating. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the shapes here, and I am just going to recreate my base, and this is going to just show how much space I have to work with. So I measured out my space, and I have a width of 14, I remeasured it, it's more like 14.75 by 3.5 as a height, and then I will make this white, that way we can just get a realistic look at what we are working with here. So let me make this bigger so we can have some really nice big canvas here to work with. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to add some letters to the front here. I am going to come over to my text box. I am going to grab the font Kate's ABCs. It's my favorite. You guys know it's my favorite, and especially when working on things for little ones, I think it's a really nice font. Okay, so I am going to just spell out the word create, and then it's a double layer font, but I'm not going to use that second layer, so I will just delete that, and I can bring it up here on my base, and I will just make that nice and big. Okay, that looks pretty good. Size that down just a little bit, and we can keep sizing as we add things. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to images, and I am going to search for glue, and I'm just going to add a couple little fun icons just to decorate it up, and then I'm going to say scissors. Okay, let's see here. They only give you a million options for scissors, and if you're an overthinker like I am, this can get overwhelming in a hurry. Okay, this is nice. I like this. This looks like they are elementary scissors. It has the nice rounded corners. I think those look very cute for little ones. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and insert images, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to size these over here, and realistically I'm probably going to give them a little diagonal look here, and let's size this down and rotate it. So I am holding the shift button on my Mac here just to rotate that. And let's see here. Oh, those look really cute. Okay. Okay, so I like how that looks. I think I might even size that down just a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want the glue and the scissors to be in a gray color. So I'm going to cut those out of gray vinyl. Right now I'm just going to go through and color code everything how I want it. And then I'm going to make all of the letters, each letter a different color. So how I do that is I'm going to come over here and grab my letter layer. See, it says Kate's ABCs. It has my letters here. I'm going to come up here and say ungroup. Now it makes it each letter become individual. So now I can come up here, we will make this the pink color, this will be orange, the E will be yellow, and you want to do this so that you know which vinyl to load into your machine next. Blue and purple. Okay, that looks perfect. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and hide this square because I don't need this any longer, and I can go ahead and say make it. I already have my Joy selected right here. I'm going to say on the mat because I am going to be placing regular size vinyl through the machine. Of course, I'll be cutting it down. And now it's just going to place everything on the mat accordingly. So I might rotate this because it might be just a way to save some vinyl. And then everything else looks just fine. I'll go ahead and click continue. For my setting, I'll just say premium vinyl, and now we will start. So I'm going to monitor over here. It's going to call for the gray first, and then it will highlight and light up the next mat that it needs to feed through the machine. So again, gray, then we'll go orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then pink. So I will know which color to place on the mat to feed through. Okay, so I'm just going to start feeding the vinyl through the Joy. So again, it's calling for the gray first. So I'm going to go ahead. Now I grabbed a bunch of pieces of scrap material that I have because this is a really good project for scrap material, especially if your letters are going to be really small. So what I'm going to do is use as much scrap as I can, and then I'm going to cut down these larger pieces as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click go. This is going to start cutting out, and then I'm going to make sure everything else is sized down. Okay, so this first one is done. Now I'm just going to order my vinyl. I'm looking at my screen and looking at what it's going to call for next. So it'll be orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then pink. That way it just kind of helps me get everything organized. So I will go ahead and remove this. And I have a variety of Cricut vinyl and then also Oracle 651 vinyl. So these are Oracle, that's Cricut, Oracle, and Cricut. So I have a little variety of colors I'm using here. So the next one is going to be the orange. So I'm going to go ahead and place that right on my mat, get loaded, and cut. Okay, so now I'm just weeding out all of my little designs here, and everything is looking really, really cute. So I'm getting all of my letters ready. I love all these colors. I think they are looking so pretty. They're going to look really fun together too. This is going to make a really cute look. But now I have to admit, now I'm really inspired to create something like this for my own craft space. I think I actually have something similar I purchased at Hobby Lobby. I think it's more square in nature, but maybe I'll put that on the channel soon too for the craft space. But anyway, you can do this for your craft space too. I think it'll be really cute. Okay, so this is how this looks. Sorry about my manicure here. I have a little scratch in my nail polish because I have done 7 tutorials this weekend. I've recorded 7, and this is number 7. So it is 7 in the morning. I've been up since 5 doing my second day of recordings, and I've been having so much fun. I'm so excited for you guys to see all the things that are coming up. Everything has turned out really beautifully, but I'm a little tired. I'm ready for some coffee and a nap. So, okay, let's grab transfer tape and put this on our little board. Okay, so I'm just going to shut that, move everything up here a little bit. Make sure I have enough space for everything. And then I am trying to be as thrifty as I can with all my materials for this project. So I am going to use this tiny little piece. I have had this for a while and I knew I would need it for something, but it might not fit everything perfectly, but it will be close enough and we'll get everything on here. So I'm going to cut apart my little glue and scissors here. And I'm going to just start by getting everything placed roughly where I would like it. I think that's going to help me visually get everything centered here. Okay. Okay, so now that I have everything roughly where I would like it to be, what I'm going to do is I am going to start with the middle and work my way out because I think visually that is how my eye is going to work. So you can do it however you'd like, but for me, that's how it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move everything out and just focus on these 2 letters right now. So I'm going to grab a little piece of transfer tape and I'm going to reuse as much as I can here. And I'm going to grab just a little piece of this off, just like that. Place it on my E. And it fits most of it. With transfer tape, as long as it fits most of it, you are good to go. That's how I work, at least. And it helps you be thrifty with your materials. So let's peel that right off. And we will just put this right here. Just to make sure it looks really good. Okay, so peel that off, and then we'll just reuse this for the A. Super cute. Okay, my little A will go right here. And really, the first two letters are going to set this tone for how you lay all the other ones down, because once you set your first two down, you have your spacing set, and so then you can reference them as you move forward, or move left and right, as I should say. So now I think we will go just to the right. We'll see how many letters we can get with this one piece of transfer tape. Make this a really thrifty craft. Okay. I'm going to try to get this completely done and put their little art supplies back in there before they even get up today. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I think this is turning out really, really nice. That might need a little bit of a scrape down. See if I'm losing some of my stick here. We will see. That one didn't want to go down as well, so. Oh, just fine. Just need a little scrape. Okay, so let's do the R. We'll finish the word, and then we'll do the little accent pieces on the side. Okay. And we'll scrape that down. Fill it up. Okay, I think we can do all of our letters on this one piece. Looks really good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another piece of transfer tape for the rest of my project, just because I need something a tad bit bigger, and I think this little piece has been well loved, so we can happily throw it away and feel good about it. Okay, I think that looks really, really good. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put my little pieces on the side with some new transfer tape. So I'm just going to get something a little bit longer here, right about there. Now I still have more that I can use on another project, and I will just grab a little corner of this, peel it up, place it right on this little glue. And you might even be able to lay some of these down just like stickers and not really use the transfer tape, but I just wanted to be extra careful and make sure I got it as great as I could. Okay, I am going to place this right here. Grab my scraper. I love this little glue bottle. It's so cute. It's just a really cute little accent. Okay, grab my little transfer tape here. Okay, and our final little scissors. Okay, and I think I'll do those at a little diagonal as well. Okay, I think in terms of centering, everything looks really good. And if it shifts a little bit, or if it looks wiggly a little bit, I think that's even better because it looks really, you know, kiddish, if that's even a word. It looks like little kiddos. It looks like it belongs in a little kiddos craft space. All right, it's all done. I love how that looks. I'm really excited. So I'm going to place their little colored pencils and scissors and glue sticks in here, and they are going to love it. This is a great little fresh project that is from a previously used little something that was around the house. So make sure you're always looking at ways that you can use the things you already have, because that's a wonderful way to craft. It's also a wonderful way to practice crafting too. And I think that this gave it a nice fresh look. So if you think this turned out really cute, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.